Thank you for visiting Past the Wire TV, the YouTube channel of PastTheWire.com.
History remembers moments of extraordinary strength, skill, and determination. True greatness is forged by those who fulfill their destiny.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Geo Sette with Past the Wire, back at you on this Sunday, the day after Belmont Stakes 2023. Let's talk about the race and recap the race. First things first, my congratulations to Jena Antonucci. Great story, first female trainer. In my analysis, I talked a little about that. I also talked about Arcangelo having that very special bloodline capacity, pedigree for the race, the son of Arrogant. But you know what? I shorted Arcangelo for different reasons, because even though he ran a wonderful race in the Peter Pan, in my opinion, if the three maiden races, jumping into a grade three race in Peter Pan, although he emerged victorious, it was an entire stretch run, hard-fought battle. And to me, experience is paramount. Now, this is something that's been done before, going back to 2014 when Tonalist won, lightly raced, wonderful pedigree. He was by Tappet, but he came out of the Christophe Clement barn, all right? And Tonalist was built differently. I spoke about that. So even though it's happened before, and I looked into it tremendously, and I felt that automatically, based on the morning line, Arcangelo would be an underlay, in my opinion, because if that horse was going to pull something off, it should have been a much greater, generous price. But like I said, it's part of handicapping. You know, I said this many years in Philly races. You can't kiss all the girls, and you can't kiss all the boys. So my handicap, if you remember, my vision was, okay, the class of Forte and the wonderful pedigree and strides, the imposing size of Tappet Trice. I had this vision of Tappet Trice and Forte. It's literally what I said. Both charging hard down the lane towards the wire together, late in the race. It happened. Fortunately, they were noses apart, and it was good for second and third. Second and third doesn't cash any tickets. I take the good with the bad. I made a very, very generous wager on Tappet Trice. I lived the values. Came up short. Now, my exacta was Tappet Trice and Forte. Came up short. Literally noses apart. My triple was Angel of Empire. Made his run, came up short. You know, part of handicapping, you could do so many things right and still tear up your tickets. In this case, you know, it's disappointing, but you got to take the good with the bad. I tip my hat to Jena Antonucci, Javier Castellano, getting it done. Geo Sette was right in some category, some ways, and Geo Sette was wrong in other categories, in some ways. Now, National Treasure, for example, I knew in my blood and bones, even though I had much respect for Bob Baffert, based on that effort that National Treasure put, digging down deep in the Preakness, I knew, I was confident he'd be on the lead, but I felt the mile and a half, after that type of Preakness effort, it was somebody I would short. I was correct in that regard because he finished out of the money and he folded in the final quarter. Other horses were a disappointment. I had higher regard for Red Route 1 over Arcangelo based on Joao Rosario's experience, the fact that they were turning that horse back to the way he should have ran in the Preakness, never fired, okay? The pace was what I felt it would be. It was moderate. If you look at the move Tapit Trice made, turning for home, looked like he was going to mount a tremendous run in the stretch. Got his legs under him and started to move very late. And Forte, 2+ month layoff. Again, class shined through. A lot of people were writing Forte off. Ortiz got him going. Think about the ground that was made up after the 16th pole by both Tapit Trice and Forte. Still tore up tickets. Angel of Empire was a bit of a disappointment. Didn't have enough. I spoke about feeling that he'd come up a little short. There aren't any excuses. Arcangelo was the best horse on Belmont Stakes Day. But you know one thing, like I said, as a handicapper, digging down deep, you have to be decisive. And my decisiveness was to leave Arcangelo off the board. Nice colt, win over the track, pedigree galore, but sometimes you need other intangibles and you have to go by the process of elimination, okay? And because the three, Forte, Tapit Trice, Angel of Empire, and even horses like Hit Show or National Treasure, they just had more of that resume to logically have them figured over a horse like Arcangelo. A lot of uncertainties in the game, but you got to be decisive in your ways, and it's part of the process. So much respect for a great story. I actually had glossy eyes watching Jena Antonucci win like that because it broke new ground, okay? I didn't think the horse was built like Tonalist, who did it. And like I said, the barn has a lot to do with it. With your decisiveness and your handicapping, because barns that win more often. And I spoke about her being a nice trainer, but, on the New York circuit in big races, she hasn't been there. She doesn't even get many entries. And I still stand my ground saying that horse is not built like, nor will have the same resume at the end as Tonalist, who won the Belmont Stakes light re-raced. Some of the others in the race, I felt Tapit Shoes was going to be on the pace, which he was. He pressed National Treasure some. The other horse, the 5, who recreational gamblers made him by somewhere in the area of 25, 30 to 1, should have been 80 to 1. Beat a couple of horses, didn't run last. That's because some of those faulted. I spoke about Hit Show after how much work he did in the Wood Memorial and where he was in the Kentucky Derby, being in a position to win and flattening out. I left him off my tickets. I only put him in the bottom of a few superfectas. Well, anyway, I could go on and on. Those that had the winner, congratulations. If you took Tapit Trice like me, there'll be better days, all right? I put a very generous win bet on him. Didn't work out. Thought he was in a position down the lane to pass them all. Made his run. So did Forte. I was heavy on that exacta. Didn't work out. Second and third, tear up tickets. We move on. Stay tuned for the Haskell Stakes from Monmouth. Many races at Saratoga, leading, of course, into the Breeders' Cup. We're going to go get them, all right? If you believe. I thought I was going to go on my 4-year run on the Belmont Stakes. Cashed many, many tickets the previous 3 years. Didn't work out this year. I take the good with the bad. We move forward. That's what we do. God bless you. Thanks for listening. If you had Arcangelo, congratulations. Go out for a nice dinner. Get a nice bottle of wine. Celebrate. And I'll see you at the Haskell. Talk to you soon. Stay with Past the Wire for all your raw racing needs, because we're going to make his money. Take care.
Tracking trips with Pick 6 King John Stetton. It's one of the best tools in horse racing for any level of player. It's your second set of eyes, spotting troubled trips, betting angles, track trends, horses to watch and favorites to fade, 10 figs, ticket structure, and more. At Tracking Trips, you're a friend with benefits. Not a member? You must hate winning money. Join Tracking Trips now. Visit pastthewire.com and we'll see you in the winner's circle. Remember, nobody does it better.
They're off in the Curlin, Florida Derby. After 3 quarters in 112-1, Known Agenda is now on to take over the lead. It's Known Agenda for St. Elias Stable. Florida Derby winner, Known Agenda.
Hi everybody, Dan Oman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free, exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING, get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features, including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator, exclusively on DRF Bets.